Hi friends, I'm Walker and welcome back to Olive Ab Nails, where we talk about vegan and cruelty-free nail polish, and today we are specifically talking about pink vegan and cruelty-free nail polish. This is the start of my pink comparison series, and so I'll start with this video where we'll look at all the polishes, I'll break them up into groups, and then I will have a video on each of the groups looking at them more in depth. So if you've never seen one of my color comparison series before, I will link some playlists up above in the corner and down below in the description box, and so you can check those out. I've done blue, green, purple, I've done a bunch, but this is going to be pink. This is the largest one I've done. Look, they don't fit in the frame. I'm going to try and show you a few more. There's more over there. There's more over there. There's more like in front down here that I can't really make my camera go in that way without being crazy. So there are about 50 polishes on this desk, like 47 or 48, something like that. And so I actually am going to divide these up into subgroups and then groups from there. So hold on to your hats. This is a long one. Okay, so here are some kind of more neutral, lighter pinks. Some of them I'm not sure if they fit. This one is Flora. It looks a little too pink, so I'm actually gonna pull that one out. So now I'm gonna try to split up these ones into groups that kind of make sense. There's a lot of different colors here. These are all considered pink by Zoya, even though some of them look very neutral right here. They're more pink than they are creamy or like cream colored. So let's see what groups I can come up with. Alright, so over here are some kind of neutrally mauve-y colors, and they go from super light to obviously really rich. Down here this is Madeline, this one is super nice and dark, and then up here I have Joss and Rue, Mia, and Xana. And I've done a neutral mauve comparison. I actually think it was maybe the first comparison video I ever made, or like second. It was really early. It's one of the most viewed videos on my channel, which is cool. So I don't know, I might remake this one, but I think all of these were in it except for Joss, and I did some comparisons of Joss with a lot of these colors in my sensual comparison video, which is the collection this one came out in. So I may not remake this video. I just feel like I have so many that I want to compare. I don't want to spend time making ones I've already done. So I will link that up above and I'll add it to this playlist if you want to see it. But this lovely little group here has pretty much already been compared, and I feel like they still fit together. There's not other ones that I would add into that group right now. And then over here I have ones that are a little bit more kind of purpley pink, except for Piper. I don't really know what to do with this one, but I have Portia, Agnes, and Avril, and I think these three look very, very close to one another, so I will definitely be doing a video on this group. Piper, I wasn't quite sure where to fit. It doesn't really fit in here. It doesn't really fit up top here either. It's like a little bit too neutral. So I feel like this is the best place to put it. So I'm gonna keep Piper in this group, and then up here, I have Dot, Brenna, and Joey, and these are super light but still very warm pinks, so they're not kind of this like cool purpley browny tone down here. They're just this really nice like warm light. So these are the three groups I have, and I'll do videos on these two groups. Alright, so while we're talking about videos that I've already done, this is another one that I've already done. These are these kind of like pinky corals, and Zoya does list these as most of them pink and coral or pink and orange, but these ones to me are the most pink, and I have already done this video, so I will not be redoing it, but I will add it to this pink playlist, and I will link it up above here if you want to see this one. These are Mickey, Wendy, Elodie, and Minnie. Alright, so here's the second category that I'm going to try to group together. I kind of made three categories. I have like bright, dark ones, and then I have like medium ones, and I had those neutrally ones. So these, yeah, I'm just going to break up into groups. I am going to pull out, this is Ruthie. This is from the Element collection last year, and I did a like dusty pink comparison with like this one and Hera and Paige, and I think that Zoya maybe describes those other ones as mauve, and it describes this one as pink, so that's why it's in this video, but I've already done a comparison with this one, so I'm going to pull this one out. And again, I'll link that video up above if you do want to see that one. But the rest of these, I'm going to break up into groups. Here are my 4 groups. I have a small one up here that are kind of like lighter blue toned. This is Jenna, Missy, and Jordan. And I don't know if this is the best group, so sometimes when I kind of get polishes in their swatch sticks, I match them a little bit better, but oh, I have a cat visiting me. But these ones are a little bit more blue compared to these ones down here, and definitely these ones up here, and they're a little bit more pink than these guys over here. So I don't know, it's hard, but I think that these fit together the best. It's a small group, but that's okay. All right, and then I have these 4 that are kind of bright pink. These are Toby, Lo, Layla, and Winnie, and these are like super bright, but they're not a super deep pink. So I have some others, like this one is Renee that I'm gonna be pulling out in a minute, and it's much deeper, if you can see that. So these ones are like bright, but still medium. All right, and then the 3rd group here are these kind of more blue toned pinks. This is Jolene, Daisy. Daisy's from the most recent Sensual collection. Nope, Daisy's from the Barefoot collection. Just kidding. So Jolene, Daisy, Sandy, Rooney, and Eden. These are a little bit more blue toned, but still this kind of medium range. And so you can see there's obviously some differences here, but there's also some that look pretty close. All right, and then my last group are these a little bit more muted out pinks. They're not quite as neutral as, you know, the first ones that we looked at, like Joey. You know, Joey's a lot more neutral here. These ones are still pink, but they have a little bit less, I don't know, oomph. They're a little bit more washed out, except for Brandy. Brandy didn't really fit anywhere, but I do think it's a little bit more of like a neutrally medium pink, so that's why I'm including it in this category. So this is Brandy, Flora, Sweet, Shelby, and Kittredge. All right, cool. Looks like I have a lot of the same polish down here. Like this one, looks like this one, looks like this one, looks like this one, looks like this one. So this is gonna be an interesting group to find comparisons in. I'm gonna break these up, and I am probably gonna pull out swatch sticks for these ones because, like I said, they look so close in the bottle. So I'm gonna find my swatch sticks, and that will help me make comparisons and split these up into groups. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups here. These 2 are kind of by themselves. This is Reagan and Arij, and these are kind of pinky purples. They look very similar to one another, and they're definitely more pink than they are purple, but they're more purple than any of the ones here. I actually had pulled out Reagan when I did my purple comparison, and then ended up putting it away because it just looked so pink, even next to like Audrina and some of the other ones that are a little bit pinky purple. So I'm going to compare these 2 just on their own, and I will bring in some of those pinky purples as well, just to see what they look like. All right, and then I have this group that are a little bit kind of reddy pink. These ones are almost more like a magenta or something. They're deep, but they're not super purple. They're here in my hand. You can see there's like Allison, Monroe. These are really nice, pretty kind of deep pinks. And so I have Monroe, Allison, Nana, Dana, and Ellie. Ellie is from the Barefoot collection, which was, no, it's from the Sunshine collection, which was last year's summer collection. So it's pretty recent, 2018. These ones, Monroe is from last year's spring collection, so that was the Thrive collection 2018. Allison is from the Jubilee collection, the winter collection 2018. So we have some new ones here, and then Nana and Dana are both a little bit older. All right, and then I have these 3 that are kind of hard to pick up on camera. They are super bright. This is Renee, Jana, and Allie. And Jana looks like it has some shimmer in here. Like, I can see that. It's super fine, and on the swatch stick, I don't see it down here. So I don't know. I think this one's just super bright. So I'm gonna check and see if Zoya lists this one as a cream. Sometimes some of their creams have a very fine shimmer in them, and they still list them as a cream. So these 3 I'm gonna compare together. All right, and then I have this super large group. This one has 7 polishes in it. This is maybe the biggest group I've ever compared, but it didn't really make sense to split these up. They all look super similar. This is Whitney, Morgan, Lara, Esty, Bryn, Kelsey, Birdie. Whew. And they're all this really nice kind of medium pink here. I'm sure that there are more differences than I can see in these bottles, but right now they look pretty similar. So I'm excited to compare this group. This is also a type of pink that I don't pull for that often, so I'm excited to kind of get these on my nails and see what they look like. It will be very hard for me to keep track of my swatches of these. I have a couple tricks to make sure that when I swatch a polish, I remember what it is, especially if it looks a lot like others, but I will need to be extra careful because a lot of these look very similar. Here are some of their swatch sticks, and you can see even on these sticks, they look very similar. Morgan looks a little bit deeper, and I see some kind of lighter. Esty and Laura look a little bit lighter, but definitely there's going to be a lot of similarities here, so I'm really excited to kind of get to talk about formula on these ones and how they compare in ways that are not just about their color. Alright, so those were about 50 pinks split up into groups, I think 47, 48, something like that. So that is a lot of pinks, a lot of groups. There's going to be a lot of comparisons in this series, so it's going to take me a little while, but I appreciate you hanging out and watching with me. I will create a playlist that already includes the videos that I mentioned, like my pink corals, my dusty pinks, my purpley pinks. So if you want to dive in and start watching some of those, if you haven't seen them yet, I will add them to this playlist, and so you'll be able to start with those, but I should have my first one out relatively soon. Let me know down below which of these groups you're most excited about. Which one do you own the most from? Which one do you own none from? I'd love to hear from you. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you'll join me in the next one. Bye!